video, and I guess my account has a 15-minute YouTube limit, probably because I'm so new to YouTube and I'm not like a partner or anything. So my video is actually 22 minutes, and I'm gonna have to make a part 1 and a part 2, and it's kind of fine, but it's just annoying because I wish I could have the whole video so people who watched it didn't say, oh, now I gotta go find this video. But the whole 22-minute video will be in there. It's just gonna be split into 2 videos. So I hope you go watch. Or actually, I hope you're watching it now to see this. Now before we get started, Braxton wants to say hi. Say hi. Okay, so to start with our ingredients, you are going to need, I think this is about a tablespoon, it is a tablespoon of sugar. You are going to need another tablespoon of active dry yeast. You will need a tablespoon of olive oil or any other oil you like to use. You will need a teaspoon of salt. You will need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, or any flour you like to use. You will need a measuring cup. I happen to have one that goes up to 2 cups. You will need this container to do your yeast and water mixture. You will need, I don't remember how much water you will need, but I'll have to look that up and insert it. You will need this to put your all-purpose flour in and to mix everything in together. I use this to cut my pieces to get them ready to roll when they're ready to roll out and just make them the perfect length. And I also use a rolling pin to flatten out my dough. So first, I will be right back and I will show you how I do all my ingredients mixed together. Okay, so as we start, I have a cup of warm, not hot water, and I have my tablespoon of active dry yeast. You need to put this in there, the active dry yeast, and about 5 to 10 minutes will pass and it should foam up, and then you'll be able to pour it into the mixture. That will be different when we get there. So right now, so my assistant does not touch it, I'm going to move it to the other side of the counter. And when we're done with our other mixture, I will go back and see if it's foamed up yet. So right now, I have my 2.5 cups of flour. First, I'm going to add in my sugar. This is a tablespoon of sugar. Now we put that in the sink. Put the yeast in the sink. I have a tablespoon of olive oil. Again, you could use whatever oil you would like. And we have a teaspoon of sugar. So now I am going to get a spoon and start mixing this. Just mix it up to give it a little help to form. Excuse you. So as of right now, everything else is mixed.
Mama.
Yes, Miles is over there. So as of right now, while we wait for this, and while this waits for the yeast, we can preheat our oven to 450. Excuse, my oven's dirty. I wish I could just type it in. Okay, my oven is preheating. So, I will be back when my yeast has risen. And then we can move on with our mixture, making our pizza dough, and with the yeast. So as I am moving on and I'm waiting for my yeast to rise, I just wanted to tell you how I make them because I'm very impatient. Once we start mixing the yeast and the dough together, or the yeast and the flour together, after that method, you are supposed to, as according to other people's instructions, you're supposed to let the dough rise. Personally, I just want to eat the garlic knots, so I'm very impatient, and I don't wait an hour for the dough to rise. So if you want after, you can put your dough, and I'll tell you when I get to that point if I remember. When your dough is all mixed together, if you want to put it in a bowl that is sprayed with whatever kind of Pam that you have or something, and then you let it sit in like a warm environment. Like if you heat up the microwave for a little bit, don't put it in like a microwave. You're supposed to let it sit in there for about an hour and the dough will like double in size. But I don't wait. My garlic knots just turn out to be a little bit more dense because the hour that it's sitting, it makes it bigger, so it gives it more room. What my dough does is it's all dense together. They still taste fine because this is not the first time I'm making it. But it is, go ahead, get down. They still taste great. I wouldn't show you something that I didn't think was great, because if I don't like it, I don't remake it. So, yeah. And that is about it. So I will show you as soon as I get to that step what I'm talking about letting it rise or not letting it rise. And then you can choose from going there or not. Hello, so today I will be showing you how I make my own homemade garlic knots. First, I'm going to go through the ingredients that I have set out in front of me, and I will tell you the amount you need and the order to put them in. So as I go through them, I will tell you what you need and, like I said, what order to put them in. So please follow along if you'd like to know how to make your own homemade garlic knots. So as we were waiting for our active dry yeast to rise, we got out a few baking sheets because in my experience of using this recipe, I needed 3. As you can see, they're all different sizes, so that's probably why I need 3. If I had all bigger ones, they'd probably need maybe 2. So, now, the active dry yeast is done. Yours might look a little different if it's new. Mine is not new. Mine is old. You can see some of that in there. Looks kind of gross. Looks kind of gross. So, can you say hi? We don't need whining, right? Where's your lollipop? Are you helping Mommy make garlic knots so we can eat them? Right. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to dump the yeast mixture into the dough. Hopefully I don't lose my spoon. And then I like to clean up as I go. I know some people don't, and I guess that's fine, but I like to clean up as I go. And now I will mix it in, mix it, mix it. Braxton, say mix it, mix it. Mix, mix. I don't need your help right now. And I will be back when this is all mixed because I only have one hand. I'll be back when it's back and looks more like dough. And if you want, you can add a little bit more water into this if it gets too dry. Water or a little bit more vegetable oil. Do what you feel comfortable with. And then it should come out looking like a dough ball. But like I said, I will be right back when mine looks like a dough ball.